Hello scrapbooking friends, and thank you for joining me for another process video. So today I'm working on a double page layout, and what I'm doing is I'm following a sketch from Scrapper Sketch, sketch number 35, designed by Lisa Sikorsky. And when I looked at that sketch, I thought it really lent itself well to becoming a double page layout and actually flipping the sketch and doing one true to the sketch and one a mirror image of the sketch. So that's what I'm going to do. So the actual sketch has got three kind of elements to it here going across. So there's three photos, and there's like an sort of a frame and sort of some pattern paper in three sort of lengths like that. And then the embellishment clusters are here, and the titles here. So what I've done is I've done the flip, and I'm going to do the mirror image, and I'm going to do the embellishment clusters here, and part of the title here. So yeah, it's a really lovely sketch, a really usable sketch, and a good one if you like to do multi-photo pages, because you can do like 3 photos even if you just do the actual sketch. But if you did what I'm doing and created a double page, then you've got space for 6 photographs. So yeah, that's my thinking at the moment. So this is the paper that I'm using is from Scrapbook Customs, and it's the Cavalier paper, and I get it from Sunshine Scrapbooking here in the UK. They do really, I think I've said it before, they do quite unusual designs, quirky designs that I've not seen anywhere else in other stores like here in the UK. So I've got all these frames here which were gifted to me from Mum. It's this brand here, and I'm not sure if it might have been that Tiger shop. So yeah, but it's a Danish company, so yeah, I'm not 100% sure where they came from, but it's that brand there. What I've done already is I've mounted the photo. So each photo I've mounted on white, and just a white smooth cardstock, and then a black textured cardstock. And the photos are from my silver printer. They're sort of 3x4, so I've just gone like slightly larger for the first mount, and then slightly larger again for the second mount. And yeah, the design that you can see in front of you is what I'm planning on doing. So I've got some Bramble Fox pieces here, a real mixture from their different sets, 2 leaf embellishments from Paige Evans Bungalow Lane. It's this one here, leaf embellishments. And then I've got some Dotty Bat Flare pieces here, a mixture of doggy ones and star ones. I've got this random treat die cut piece here, which I've no idea which collection it came from. I remember having the whole pack, and I think that's just one random one that's left, but I don't know the brand. I'm afraid you may recognise it if you know your brands and like doggies like me. And then these butterflies and bees here, when I was looking through my little embellishment tower for animals, the little section that's got animals in, I came across these, and I literally had completely forgotten that I'd got them. So it's just, and to me they look a little bit like Simple Stories, but I must admit I'm not sure. It could be one of their simple vintage packs that I got or something. Yeah, so that's just kind of a reminder really to make sure you know what you've got really, because like, yeah, they're so nice, and yeah, completely forgot I'd got them. I mean, I've always, for every layout, I look through my other embellishment tower, which is my sort of Bramble Fox pieces and tags and twine and washi and enamel dots and a bit in, but sometimes I kind of like forget the other one that's got my sort of icons like circles, hexagons, stars, hearts, that kind of thing. But I've also got like a little container for kind of like animals, and then one for sort of travel, music, and sort of home related things. And sometimes and there are florals in one as well. Sometimes I must admit I do forget to check those. Dots, enamel, wooden. I've also got here some more dots, sort of other colours and smaller ones. I've got some hearts here, these hearts, puffies, and some more enamel dots there from Hey Little Magpie. I've got, these are the packets, some of the packets that had the Bramble Fox pieces in, so the doggy ones, I'm just keeping those out. And the crosses and triangles there. I've got some sequins here that I may dip into. I've got my journaling pen and my archival ink in jet black and sunflower, and I've also actually stamped the date onto the card there, because what I've done is I've raised each one of these photo elements or 3x4 elements onto a little bit of foam in the centre because of the frames. Even though the frames are quite flat really, I just thought I would just add a little bit of foam tape to the back. So I thought I'd do the journaling before we started. So I'm also picked out some Simple Stories foam alphas here in black, Colour Vibe. I've got several of those in different colours. I bought them, gosh, during the pandemic, the beginning of the pandemic in 2020. I treated myself to quite a few packets of those in all different colours. So I've got red, blue, green, yellow, black, gosh, probably other colours as well. And I'm still, you know, working my way through them. I haven't actually bought many thickers since then, apart from 2 or 3 packets from collections that I like, because I also currently use a lot of Bramble Fox for my titles as well. So and also I sometimes use kind of like die cut pieces and things like that, or stickers for my titles. So yeah, I haven't actually bought a lot of thickers or the Simple Stories version of thickers for quite a long time. So yeah, I'm quite pleased that I'm going to be using a few of those up today. I did buy several packets of each colour because I knew with them being like a really simple design and plain colours and uppercase, that I would use them forever and ever, because they're, you know, that's the things that I like, the simple design, the simple colour, single colour. Yeah, the only thing is with those foam alphas, they can be a little bit tricky to place. They're not like rigid, they're quite flexible, and you have to kind of place them quite well. Right, so what I'm going to do is, as you see the page here, I'm going to see if we can attempt to get these pieces down. So what I thought I'd do with the top ones, would start with the top ones, and what I thought I would do is make sure you could see that I Love My King Charles on the top there. So I'm going to sort of place the photo over the frame, a little bit centered I suppose. So this obviously needs to be in the right place for this to be against that writing. And where it is now is probably how I would like it to be. So I'm going to take these off. Just going to pause a minute because Buddy's barking. He's downstairs and we just had a delivery. So, right, I want to get them a little bit straight. But yeah, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to work that without, you know, because I've got the 2 pages together, it's hard to use the T-ruler as I would like to use it. So what I think I'm going to do is just go for it. These stickers are these frames are stickers, that's what I was going to say. That's quite handy because, well, I don't know how good the adhesive is, but we'll find out in a minute. So I'm going to just go with the first one, and what I'm going to do is just eyeball it, line it up against the edge of the paper there, like that. And then I'm going to try to do the same with this one on the other side. Probably a similar, well, definitely a similar distance from the edge of the paper. So I'm hoping that when we come to look at it later, that it does look, you know, straightish. Now, I can use my ruler now because I can place it against that one. Oh, I've got to decide how far across I want this. When I cut these frames, what I did was I just sliced the end off of each frame so that I could use them, you know, elongated. And when I first did it, I thought that I would use it like this and butt this up against this photo. But actually, when I looked at it, I decided that I didn't want that space to be quite so great. I wanted it to be slightly smaller coming out from the photo there. So, yeah, I've got to now make sure that I place them correctly. So if I put my photo there and I want about that much space there, and then this side, I'm not sure how much space I want. I think I might place that one there actually. Yeah, there might be an easy way of doing this, but I'm not sure what that is at the moment, so just going to do it my way and probably make it a lot harder than it could be. If I was to work on the pages individually, then you know, that would make it easier. But when I'm doing a double page, I like to work on them together. So I'm not going to measure or anything. I'm just going to do it like that. So what I'll do probably now with these ones at the bottom, I probably will use my ruler just to line up down here. And although I wanted to see the Isle of my King Charles at the top here, I'm not too bothered about the writing at the bottom because it's cut off anyway at the bottom. You can't actually read it properly, and also I think your eye probably would read what's at the top rather than right at the bottom of the page, so I'm not too worried about that. So let's see if this is going to be, see if this can be, you know, easy. I'll probably have it about there, I think. Now if I use the ruler this way, I think that frame piece there is just roughly where I want it to be. I can just kind of line it up just slightly underneath that writing there. I mean, these actual pieces of, you know, embellishments are, you know, there's a possibility that the measurements are not exact, if you know what I mean, and the lines and everything are not completely straight, but, you know, still have to try and get them lined up a little bit. Now then, will my ruler just fit in there? I think it might actually. So if I use it like that, and providing everything else is straight, that might just work. Where did I put the other photo? There's the other photo. I don't think that's too bad going, is it? Now I've just got to do this one. Probably do the same thing again on this side. So I'll line up against this one and just kind of, you know, eyeball it on this side. Actually, maybe I'll put this one down first. I'm not going to measure this one. I'm just going to go for it. Like that. And then line this one up against that one, and obviously against this one at the bottom of the page, and I think we'll be okay. What then I'm going to do is I need to decide where I want to place the two centered ones, because I need to put the title in. So I need to leave room for the title and then decide on how I want that design to look. I think that's actually fine as that is there. So I need to decide how centered I want these frames in between these two, going across like that. So I think what I'll do now is stick these down. Probably do need to add a little bit of adhesive. What I'll do is I think I'll add a little bit of adhesive to the actual frame itself. Just need to find my tape runner. Just a little bit there, so I don't want it to show. And then I think that's how I want it to look. Like that. I know I'm not putting anything underneath the photo, so that's fine. Tiny little glue on the edge here. Here. Oop, just pulled that up. That's not good. Oh, I think that might have gone too far over, that adhesive. We shall see. And yeah, it has way too far. I don't think I'm going to be sticking anything on there either, so yeah, I'll just pause. I did try and get rid of that extra adhesive, but yeah, I didn't really want to rip the frame or anything, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. Now then, I think I want to do the same here. Try not to put the adhesive in the wrong place this time. Just a tiny bit here, that's it. And here, there. Place this one how I want it, sort of about there, I think. Do I want it underneath that King Charles writing there? I think so, yeah. I'm hoping that's not too low down on the page. I know it's lower down on the page than the top, but that's fine. I don't mind that at all. I'm not looking for it to be the same at the top and the bottom. Put these two papers back together. About there, I think. Ooh, lower, obviously. I'm not looking for it all to be like exactly lined up or anything. It's you know, just to look right. So then we've got these ones here, which probably will end up doing a little bit centered in between the two frames here. But what I'll do first is I'm thinking I might need to do my title first and see how that looks. Although having said that, I quite like the way that looks as it is, so I think I will go ahead and stick those down. Have them similar, again, similar spacing from the edge as on these both sides here. And if I follow the line of the writing across to here, then I can just kind of add it about here, I think. Just like that. And then, same again on this side, keeps moving. Does take up a lot of room when I'm doing a double page. I've said it before, you don't have as much room to manoeuvre, much space on your desk for, you know, your tools and embellishments and everything. Thinking about there. I need to use the 2 ruler just to help me with that. I think it's, you know, about straight. Okay, that's that one. We'll do the same with this, stick this down. Just hope that it all looks fine. So these photos were taken yesterday. Buddy and Chester. Does that look right? Whilst I'm chatting to you there. I think it does. Yeah, it does, yeah. Oh, upside down though. Be a good idea to put that photo the right way around, if anybody. So you may or may not have noticed that I was doing that. Sorry about that if you did notice. Yeah, these photos were taken yesterday, so if you watch my channel you'll know that Buddy's in confinement at the moment, the little one. He's got a spinal condition, so it's 6 weeks now from when he was first diagnosed, and at the 6, so he's been confined for 6 weeks, and at the 6-week mark point we're allowed to start increasing his activity slightly over the next 4 weeks. Just carry on with this, and until he can go back to sort of normal activity levels in 4 weeks' time, with being careful with him jumping and things like that. But so yeah, yesterday was the first day that he could have a little bit of freedom. Is that too, have I done that too high? I've done that too high, haven't I? That's because I was talking. I'm hoping this is going to lift up. Oh yes it is, thankfully. Gosh, I'm so sorry if you're watching me do that again. Right here, it's this one, isn't it? Yeah. Is it this one? Yeah. Oh dear. I think that's right. Is that right? I think that's right. Yeah, I did it too high, didn't I? Oh my gosh, that's because I'm talking at the same time. So, right, okay. Let me just see if we can get this one right before we, you know, carry on chatting. Thinking about there will be fine. There. That's a little bit high actually. Right, I think that might be it. Yeah, is it? It's a little bit closer to here, isn't it, on this side and that side. Possible. Push that one a little bit further over. I'm not sure if I have. Should have measured it. I said I wasn't going to, didn't I? I don't think I'm worried about it though. The only thing I could do is move that over, but I'm not worried. I'm just going to leave it as it is. So yeah, his first day yesterday when he could have like a little walk. So he can have maybe like a 10-minute walk as opposed to just 5 minutes around the garden. So he can actually go out and have a little 10-minute walk rather than just being allowed to go out to do his wee-wees and nothing much else. So what I did was he went to the groomers because they're very experienced in handling his condition. They're experienced with that, so they knew what to do. So we took him for a tiny little walk, very short little walk, before we got there, up on these downs here, and then he went to the groomers. Then he was just in there for the amount of time she needed to do him, and then we picked him up and brought him home. So yeah, but in the meantime, when he was at the groomers, Chester, who'd already been to the groomers a couple of weeks ago, came with us to, we had a nice lunch out, and he came with us, so he got a little treat. So it was kind of his freedom day too. Right, it's not quite, you know, I'm chattering on and I'm not checking measurements properly and everything, so it's not quite you know, the design is not quite the same on both sides, but I think that's fine. I quite like the way it is. So now then, the title is going to go here, but I'm not sure how it's going to be placed, so I think I need to do that now. So I'm actually going to call this layout Freedom Day, and also the long part of the title is obviously going to go here, the short part of the title is going to go here, so that's not going to be like a mirror image, but I'm going to see how I feel about that, and then yeah, just, you know, go with it, because it doesn't matter. I can always put something else here if I want to. And then shall I line it up across? Move it over slightly and line it up across there like that. Now, like I've said before, these alphas, if you don't place them right the first time and you want to move them, they do kind of lose their shape a little bit. Because I'm using this busy background, which I really like to do, I really wanted to use this as a background. I did toy with the idea of using a bit of mixed media to soften it, but I changed my mind. I didn't want to. Because it's a busy background, that's the reason why I'm using the black alphas, because I think they're partly because they match the colour in the paper and the framing that I've done, but also I think they do stand out. So, and it doesn't bother me at all about all the writing underneath them and everything. I like that. I kind of like that. So I've measured it already, because FREEDOM fits in there, so I did check that before I started, even though I did check other things and didn't quite work out with my lining up, but I'm sure these will be fine. I haven't got enough E's, so I'm going to use a 3, which I don't mind doing. I don't like cutting alphabets up on layout, so I don't mind doing that on sort of traveller's notebooks and mini albums and things, but on layouts I don't like to I like them to be like the actual alpha that it was on the packet. Although I'm not adverse to cutting off a little line from a Q to make an O and that kind of thing. I do that sometimes, and depending on the design of the actual alpha, sometimes you can use other letters for different things, so you can, or numbers even, you can use a 6 for a 9, that kind of thing, or you can trim up a lowercase u to make it R, you know. I did check beforehand that I had the right ones for this. I would normally pause the video for you, but I forgot, and I've done it now, so hopefully that was not too boring. I think we might have an exclamation mark here as well, because it's a big special day for my boy, for all of us actually. Last 6 weeks we've all kind of been confined really, so we couldn't go anywhere. Buddy's wasn't allowed to go anywhere, so yeah, we're all at home with him, bless him. Right, I think that looks nice. Freedom Day. Like I said, I don't mind that there's a bigger gap here, because if I want to I could actually add something else here, but yeah, I'm not planning on doing that at the moment, but we'll see. I could even add another couple of exclamation marks if I wanted to, but I don't think I'll do that. So now I need to think about embellishments, my favourite thing. I've got the Explore, the Adventure. I thought this is a photo in the car ready to go, so that's like kind of like we're going on an adventure. you know, that's what I was thinking. And then we were, although this is not a photo, I did toy with the idea of putting a photo there and journaling elsewhere, but in the end I decided to have that as the journaling card. This is telling the story of us going to explore, and also this matches. It's not, I mean, I think that's red, but it's more of a coral red, isn't it? And this is a very light sort of coral, so I thought they looked quite nice together, so I might do that. I'm not sure yet. We've got the woof, obviously exciting to go to places, so they might have been woofing. Then I like, because I was going to say, because I put something there, I'm going to put something there, but actually I think what I'm going to put here is these triangles here, so that I've got the triangle, I've got some bamboo fox pieces here and here, and then I've got two pieces, one piece on either side as well. And what I'll do here, I think, is I've got a little bone, haven't I? I might put the little bone there. Can't really see it that clearly, but I don't mind that. I don't mind if you can't see it that clearly. And then I've got the little bone flare here. That goes really well with this picture because he's got a treat there. So, oh, I could actually put the woof on there, couldn't I? And the bone on there. I think there's a bigger gap here than there is. Actually, when I look at it now, there's a much bigger gap here than there is there. Yeah, and it's much bigger there. It's just this one that's not placed properly, isn't it? Oh, gosh. I stuck it all down already, haven't I? See if we can lift it. I'm doing it again, lifting things. Don't think, not sure. Oh, yeah, might do come out. So we don't want to damage the photo. I do want to try and get that a bit better looking than currently, because that is quite obviously not. I'm looking at the L here. And it goes over that ear a little bit, doesn't it? I think that's better, actually. Yeah, I think that's better. Is it? That looks bigger than that, doesn't it? Now, oh, I'm just going to leave it. But I might still try and put that there. And maybe the paw there, because the dogs are having their walk and the blue fits in with the blue sky and the blue frame and everything. So I thought the yellow frames are quite nice because of the flowers, the yellow flowers, and we're in the garden and everything. The blue frame, and then I had only had the 3 colours, so I thought the blue goes nice here because of the sky and everything, and then the red, just, you know, that was the other colour that I had, so that went on this side. Then I've got the yellow paw, and which, because of the yellow flowers again, I might put there. And then this is a little doggy that's sort of in the garden. So, not in the garden, you know, standing up, skipping around, which is what he would like to do, bud. Got these little ladybirds from Bramble Fox there. And also, I was thinking about using these little yellow leaves, because although I think they're obviously kind of like an autumnal embellishment, it doesn't matter, does it? The colour matters. The only thing is with these, they're not kind of a mirror, but yeah, that I'm not worried about that. I think I might just do that. The three little embellishments there. And these ones have got stars on them. I don't know if you can see, but the colours match, so I just thought I'd perhaps add one on either side here. What I don't think I'm going to do today, even though I've picked up all my twine here in the colours that I would use, I don't think I'm going to wrap the twine like I normally do, because they're set on the frame, aren't they? And I don't know, it might be a little bit tricky to do that. I don't know. Might change my mind. But I'm looking at this at the moment, and I think that's how I'm going to work with it. So, sorry about the motorcycles outside. It's Saturday. I don't know, maybe they're just going out on a jolly or something. We do sometimes get motorcycles coming by. Usually when I'm recording a video. Right. I think I like that. Now, I've got all these other bits here, you know, like sequins and dots and everything, but I'm looking at this layout now and I'm not actually sure how I would fit those on. And also, the other thing that crossed my mind was framing it. So, framing the pattern paper with a black frame, keeping these edges together but framing the whole of the outside. But decided didn't want to do that because I like a busy pattern paper, and quite often I don't like it to be like framed. Sometimes I do like a layout to be framed, but sometimes when I'm using like a really busy lovely pattern paper, I just want it to just be the pattern paper. Hopefully that makes sense. It would look nice framed too, but yeah, I just want the pattern paper to be the sort of feature. I'm going to pop that one there because I do like that one there. And same as with the other side, obviously that piece is much bigger than this piece. But yeah, that doesn't matter. I don't mind that at all. Put these little paws down that are lovely. I got these at from Bramble Fox at the crop that I went to, and I've just spilt some glue there because I'm keeping my glue upside down. It's quite flowing quite well. So I think I lost a bit too much came out there. Pop this piece down here, I think. Just like that. Slight angle. This one doesn't matter because it's a busy pattern, so it's not, you know, doesn't need to be angled. Pop the woof down. I thought the colours went quite well as well when I was looking at my embellishments. I quite liked the woof in the blue. And then this colour is like, I suppose it's like a stone colour. And it matched Chester's Chew actually that he's got there, so I thought that was really good. I think do I want to centre that? I think I will centre that. Just because that one fills the gap, I think I'm just going to centre that one, because obviously it's not going to fill the gap. Pop these down, they've got a little bit of foam sort of piece on them already. They are quite sticky, so pop that down. The little doggy, make sure it's facing the right way, not upside down or anything. And then this one with the paws going upwards, I think, because they're all going upwards, so stick that there. Ladybird, pop that here, I think. This one here, because obviously I like these ladybirds anyway. And Buddy, this is like a garden photo, so Bud's in the garden there. I think I might have placed that one a little bit higher than this one, but that's fine. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I've got this treat little thing here that I mentioned. I do actually, it doesn't really make sense really to go there, but as I've got it, and it's just one random embellishment that I've got left, I don't dislike it there, so I actually think I'm going to fill that gap with it. So yeah, and another little random odd piece used up that somehow didn't get used up when I was using all the other packets, all the other bits in the packet on other layouts, obviously. So yeah, I'm going to pop that there. I do think I quite like that there. Yeah. Right, then I've got these little bits here that I said about, haven't I? I do really like them actually. I really like the sort of vintage design of these. And when I was designing this layout, I wasn't really thinking of adding too much more to it than what's here already. The embellishment clusters are here on the sketch. Actually, they could probably go there, couldn't they? Could they? Because then we've got those there, haven't we? These, I'm not overly keen on the butterflies, but if we can make them work, we will. I'm thinking that probably goes better than that one. And then the yellow one, although it's not red, we have got some yellow going on, haven't we? I think I'm going to go with those. think I quite like that. I don't know if you can hear the horses going by. Got horses trotting by now. I think they, well, obviously it is the weekend. We do live in quite a rural area, and there are stables. Well, I don't know if they're stables. I think they're stables where people keep their horses. Not too far from here, so yeah, I don't mind hearing the horses. Buddy sometimes barks at them though. He's either not heard them or he's not bothered by them today. Pop that there. I really like that pop of yellow actually. That adds a nice little bright element there, I think. Now then, if this will fit on here without you seeing it, I'm going to pop that one on there too. That can go there. I'm really pleased that I came across these little butterflies and bees now, because getting them used. And you know, it's all outdoors. We sat outside at the restaurant, we were outside here, and just getting into the car there. So it's kind of an outdoor day. Yeah, I like that. Now, I've got these other ones, haven't I? But I think that's going to be too much. I'm actually not going to, I don't think I want to add those because, yeah, I think it would just be too, I don't think I need to add those, it would be too much. And I don't think I'm going to add any dots or sequins, because I like the design as it is. I'm not going to fill anything or here like I normally do. I've got these little hearts though, haven't I? There's a possibility I could sort of maybe add a heart here in, I don't know, maybe white. I don't know if you'll even see it. Yeah, I think so, just to fill that little space there after the date. But yeah, I'm liking this as it is. I don't think I want to add anything else to it. I don't think it needs anything else, although that doesn't normally stop me, obviously. It's a little bit skew-if in places, not, you know, precise, but I actually wanted to come on and show you what I was doing with the frames and everything, so obviously I wasn't fully concentrating on what I was doing, but I think it's turned out fine. So yeah, it's Freedom Day, double page layout, lots of lovely elements, a mixture obviously, Bramble Fox, Dotty Bat Flare, used up a few little oddments from my stash, which is always a good thing, and a lovely title from those alphabets that, you know, I always like to get another title out of an alphabet, even though we've got no E's left, we still managed it, and yeah, so I'm pleased with it. So yeah, sketch number 35 over at Scrapper Sketch. This is probably the sketch, this is the actual sketch, this is the mirror image of the sketch, you know, but it's a sketch, you can do whatever you like with it. And yeah, I quite often do like to rotate a sketch, but in this case I've done both. I've kind of rotated it or flipped it, and I've done the actual sketch I've been true to the sketch. I didn't add like the extra underneath the frames. There was kind of like a strip of pattern paper underneath each one, but I didn't, because I was using this lovely busy pattern paper, I didn't really want to cover that up. And like I said before, I didn't end up using like the mixed media, because I just really like the pattern paper to stand out. So yeah, so once again, thank you for joining me. Stay safe, take care, and I shall see you next time.